G'day, Drunk Chef here once again. Today I'm making Hasselback tomatoes with basil oil. I can say that it's easy to make for someone that knows how to do them. I'm making them for the first time and we'll see how they go. So basically what we need, depending on how many people you're going to be cooking for, we need Roma tomatoes. Nice and firm, because we are going to cut through them, but not right through. We're going to cut down to the end. They're exactly the same way as making Hasselback potatoes, but we are using tomatoes. So we leave it intact and we just cut through about 4 incisions, not all the way down, basically like that. Okay, I'm going to do about 4 tomatoes. I've got 5 tomatoes just in case I stuff one of them up. So make sure that they're nice and firm. This is a great vegetarian dish. No, I'm not vegetarian, but I do love a very nice vegetarian dish. That didn't make sense, did it? Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. And paper's just gone off. Okay, so anyway, tomatoes are ready now. What I've done is I've blended through some basil, some oil, and some garlic into like a, well, let me just remove this, into like an oil. Almost dropped it. So basically what we do is we need to move that out of the way. I need some more space here. Is put in the oil, the basil oil, in between the slits, just like that. You can do it on all of them, or you can do a couple at a time. It's up to you. I like to do it all at once, so that way that's one thing less that I have to do. So there's a 2. Now don't worry about making a mess, because cooking is all about making a mess. As long as you clean up after yourself. If you have an assistant, you get them to clean up after you. I don't have an assistant, so I'll be doing the cleaning up myself. But I really don't mind doing that, because I love cooking, as you've probably noticed. Okay, so that's all done. We'll put that aside. Now what we do is we get halloumi, and we pop the halloumi in between, just like that. I've got little pieces here that I've pre-cut. That goes in between like that. Okay, so that's what it should look like. And then you place that on a baking tray. Okay, so pop that in there, and that. Then we got the off cut pieces, pop that in there. A little tiny piece right at the end. This little piggy went wee 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 all the way home. Anyway, stuff them in there, just like that. Don't worry about getting your hands dirty. That's what it's all about, yeah. You gotta feel the food. You gotta not only taste it, you gotta feel it, just like that. I've got some little off-cut pieces that I can pop into here. Now the oven is, I've got the oven preheating now onto 200 degrees Celsius, not Fahrenheit. There we go. 4 tomatoes ready. What we do is we place them, you know what, bring the tray over so you don't drip oil all over the floor, and you pop them upright just like that on the tray. There we go, as they are, and straight into the oven. Just like that. Let me wipe my hands. And they go in there for about 20 minutes, depending on what oven you have. Roughly about 20 minutes. Keep an eye on them so you don't burn them and the halloumi doesn't get burnt either. I'll show you the finished product in 20 minutes. Well, you know what I mean.